Do you feel sympathy for workers being ordered back to the office?
A little bit, but mostly because I'm an essential employee and the traffic has been insane lately. I want people to WFH so that my commute doesn't take 1+ hours.
Yes, to commute just to do the same thing that you do at home just in a building isn't cost-effective to anyone.
I think there are many jobs that can be done from home, and if they can then they should. Why? Keep those commuters off the road. Unnecessary traffic, unnecessary car pollution, unnecessary city crowding. Turn those empty office buildings into affordable housing. People who can move away from the city and want to should. I live in a rural area and there are no services here. Medical is bad, restaurants are bad, I have to drive 1 hour to get my car serviced, no department stores, few grocery stores. If more people moved here it would create more demand and bring more services, therefore more jobs here. The high concentration of population in cities is bad and should be reversed. So sympathy for them? Not necessarily, but I do think they should stop calling people back unnecessary.
It's less that I have sympathy and more I think it's just stupid. Like it was proven during COVID that most office jobs don't really need, well, offices. There's no need for it other than in a few people's minds it seems more professional, therefore it must be. It's the same kind of care and energy when people see employees that don't need to stand sitting down. And they have a problem with it because to them it seems like they aren't working even though they clearly are.
There are benefits to working with people in person. Fine, then only make me do that some of the time. Make me come to work 2 days a week to do in-person stuff. But most of my work is independent. Then let me figure it out.
If workers can be productive at home, literally why are we asking them to go back? This is where I'm annoyed. You want me to commute just to see my face, regardless if I'm able to do my job from anywhere?
I feel bad for the pets that have to spend their days alone now. I do. I'm fortunate they haven't forced my department back, but a new director or VP could change that at any time. But at the same time I do see people who are ruining it for everybody. There are a lot of people on Reddit who have talked only working for an hour or two or are doing side gigs while they work from home. And my own Sil was recently bragging about taking afternoon naps on the clock. Yes. There's no reason you should have to go into the office if you have been successfully doing your job from home. Not that it matters. But what are they saying is the reason you have to return? If they were hired on an at-home contract, the employers can piss off, but if they are on an office contract they should expect it. But the bigger point should really be, were they getting the work done well enough? And if yay, then the employers are being ideological pricks. At my last job, I was able to be way more productive and less stressed working from home. Also spending 2h commuting each day. And paying for that sucks. So yes, absolutely. Currently managing people working in another office on the other side of the country. And it works fine. Yes. It's an absolute waste of money and time. If a person was able to do their job over last 2 to 3 years from home, then there's absolutely no reason to force them back into the office. Hours a day wasted in commuting. Miles in cars. Gas expenditures. And for what? So managers can feel powerful at the expense of employees having good, comfortable working locations where they can be more productive. It's 100% a power trip thing. And even when we're in the office, we're working with people all over the world. So we're still remote. I have anxiety and depression issues. Working from home has been amazing. I work way better from home than I do in the office. Yes, because I'm one of them. Smiling face with terror. As someone who was ordered back to the office, yes lol. I am the worker who is actively trying to stay out of the office as long as possible, succeeding so far, and I feel a lot of sympathy to them. I absolutely do. I'm one of them. Not only can I 100% do my job from home, but when I was working from home, I routinely put in 10-hour days. Now that I'm back in the office, they get 8, and 2 of those are on Reddit like twice a week on our slow days. I'm a civilian working for a police department. My supervisor's reasoning for us coming back to work was literally, "It's not fair that the officers can't work from home, so you shouldn't be able to." Dude is sucking an hour commute out of my life every day just because the officers chose a career that they had to show up in person for. I'm back in school and already have a potential replacement opportunity once I finish the program I'm in. Long ways off, but I'm counting down the next 12 months. I do. I think if it's a job that does not require you to physically be in the office, it should be optional. I know some coworkers that prefer to go to the office because it's hard to work when their kids and spouse or parents live with them. Also, there's the social aspect and going out for lunch and stuff. But for me, it's just me and my spouse. I can work uninterrupted. And with rents so high and traffic getting worse, it would make sense to let those who can maintain high productivity working remotely to continue to do so. Not really, but also kinda. I had to call someone who clearly worked from home, and it was hard to understand what they were saying over the sound of their dogs barking in the background, and considering we were talking about my medical insurance, I was a little miffed, but I do understand the desire to stay home. There's also the side of me who is a bit envious they got to it all, since I, a factory worker, never got an option to stay home. Yes, because working from home is the best.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.